Welcome back. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So, yesterday we spoke about how Yossi ben Yoezer was very into having sages as guests in your home. And what's interesting is that today we're going to be talking about Yossi ben Yochanan, who learned from the same people as Yossi ben Yoezer. And he says something which at first doesn't seem like it connects, but it actually makes sense that they would have studied from the same people because there's similarities. Let me explain. He doesn't talk about having wise people as guests in your home, but he says that you should have guests, that you should make your home a place where poor people feel welcome and at home, and that you should not have a lot of conversation with women. And he goes on to say, he's talking about women as in your wife, how much more so other women. And that if a person doesn't adhere to this, he's bringing bad on himself. And in the end, he's going to inherit some pretty awful things in the world to come. So let's start from the beginning. First of all, what does it mean that someone should have guests? So obviously, in order to have a healthy home and a healthy family, you need to put your family first. So it can't just be a free for all, unless that's something you feel you can handle. But personally, I feel that, let's say, for example, as a Jew, we have two big meals every Sabbath. So if you plan on having guests for one of the meals, then perhaps you should save the other meal for family so you can focus, specifically spend extra time with your children, your wife, things like that. But the point is that your home should be open. So it really kind of does go along the same idea as yesterday, where your home should be open to the wise. So wisdom and kindness and goodness and learning how to do things the right way should seep into the walls of your home. So should outwardly you doing actions. And since we're not going to be arrogant enough to say we are wise, what can we do without claiming arrogance or ego? We can give, we can open our home, we can make it, as it says, a wide place for people to enter. And especially that we should know that not only is it important for us to let poor people feel that they have a place where they can put their legs up, where they can relax, something everybody needs, but we need to remember it's a favor to us. If they didn't exist, who would we have to give our kindness of charity to? So we shouldn't think we're so great and kind. They're doing us a favor. Now, on the last point of having long conversations and deep conversations and talking too much with women, this needs explanation because, as I can imagine, this would upset many people. Who do you think you are to tell me not to be close to my wife? Well, it's a very good thing to be close to your wife. You should have a wonderful relationship. You should be very close. But here's the thing. I think the key is that you need to know that men and women are different. That's just how it is. Men are built one way, women are built a different way. And it is very important that we get along with our spouse and we have a working relationship and we have love and admiration and good conversation and communication. But again, we are servants of God. Why are we here on this earth? If we're here just to party and have a good time, and you're just spending time with your wife just to, party, that's not the reason you got married. That's not to say you shouldn't enjoy each other's company. But again, there's a fine line between eating to pig out and eating so that you can conserve strength to serve your creator. And it's the same idea with women, that a person should remember the point of his existence, even in the most private places of his life, not only in the private places of his body and his heart, but in the most private places, second place of his home, with his wife, with your husband, that you need to remember that everything is done to give honor to God. And if you're looking for happiness and saying, oh, well, this brings me joy, remember, God is the one that gives you happiness. So if we follow his guide that is given to us through his sages, it will only bring us to that accomplished place. And as I always say, famous lines, they don't last for no reason. For example, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe if you spend too much time with your wife, that's the problem. You have issues with a relationship. Maybe you need to miss each other a little. Maybe it's a little different. Maybe you can hang out with your buddy at the bar or whatever. You never get sick of each other. I don't know. I don't claim to know it all, but I do know that when you have such an intimate and important and key relationship with a partner, it is very, very important to keep the balance and to keep the respect. And certainly with other women, you must be respectful, nice, friendly. But as my mother used to say, talking leads to touching. You got to be careful. You got to be on guard at all times, because when you least expect it, as my sister says. Anyways, I'd like to wish you guys a wonderful day. Looking forward to continuing this project. Really enjoying. Have a great one.